kind of love is never sober, and wandering eyes aren't meant for me. We're hypnotized and this kind of love is not for me. I gave you all
Firstly, Bio, welcome to M&M Academy.
Thank you for having me.
Firstly, what's your first impressions of the academy and what there is at M&M?
Straight, I think my first impressions is how professionally run it is. I've come round, I've seen like kids, smiles on their faces. It looks like it's top-notch equipment. So, you know, the first thing that as a professional, you know, I just see that it looks like it's run very professionally, and that's a good look. I mean, they say, you know, you train how you feel, and you know, I think the whole aura of this place is very professional, so that's a good look.
First coming in, looking at the equipment, obviously we've just got the brand new 3G here. How important is it to have them sort of facilities, especially with, you know, the leisure facilities and the bar upstairs? I
mean, it's good. I mean, in the sense where 3G, I mean, even us as professionals, we train on 3G now, sort of thing. So, I mean, it's all weatherproof, and that's good. As you know, back in the day, if it rained, you'll kind of think like, oh, look, some kids don't really want to play on a muddy surface. So, you know, and it just, I mean, I think it adds to the professional look for young kids now, in the sense where this is what the senior players will be training on. So, if you can start at an early age, it can only be beneficial.
With it also being obviously very welcoming for families as well, it gives the families to come and, you know, have a look at what their own children are sort of doing. How sort of vital is that for the families to understand and the parents?
It's massive. I mean, I'm a parent myself. You know, my son, you know, unfortunately, it's a bit too far for my son to come and train here, but my son will be starting a football academy. So, you know, as a parent, you want to film a warm environment, and if it does get cold, you've got the luxury of going inside the leisure centre, you know, to have a warm coffee. So I think that, you know, when you're catering for both players and parents, it can only be for a better look.
And firstly, obviously, Sammy Moore himself, you know, the professional footballer, how important is that, having a pro not only coaching but running the scheme of things?
Yeah, I mean, it's a knowledge that, you know, not saying only professionals can get, but it's a first-hand knowledge. I mean, you know, Sammy Moore is a current football player. You know, I've had the privilege to play with him, so, you know, I've known him as a professional on and off the pitch. So, you know, when you've got that, you know, kids aspire to be professionals. So when they're, you know, they'll be talking to coaches, but knowing that the person that's running it is actually a professional footballer and knows what it needs and takes to make it, you know, to make that step. For kids, that's what they're aspiring to be. So, you know, like I come back to saying that I think it's imperative, you know, that and it can only be pluses, you know, for the growth of these young kids, and which these young kids are the future. So it can only be a great plus.
I guess the last thing really to say is, do you feel that M&M can really, you know, evolve and turn into one of the biggest, you know, if not already the biggest academy around the local area, and then progress into sort of...
Yeah, I mean, look, I can only go on first impressions. You know, I think M&M's doing, you know, great work, and I think it's needed. I think, you know, young kids need a place where they can come to develop themselves. You know, I think that sometimes going straight into a Man United academy or professional ranks could be, you know, a bit too intimidating. But when you start off at, you know, a place like this, and then it's a bridging gap until, you know, I mean, until to the bigger clubs, it can only be beneficial. So when they go into the so-called Man Uniteds, the Arsenals, and that, they know the structure. So yeah, M&M, you know, is doing major things. So look out for them. Big up to M&M.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Cool.